Well, good day, gentlemen.
Hello,
Good day,
Simon.
yeah.
Yep.
Good day to you.
What's shaking?
There's so much.
So much is shaking. Me,
Yeah?
I am shaking.
My dog was shaking last night. Big thunderstorms.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy,
Yeah.
buds.
Oh.
Maybe
Poor little
one day you'll
pup.
realize that's a natural phenomenon, this thunder and lightning thing, because, you know, it's an animal. It's so weird to me that, no, I hate it for your dog, but it's so weird to me that
They don't get used
animals fear that.
Yeah.
Because you think they're more connected to you'd think they'd be more connected to the, Mother Nature.
You
I
think
don't know.
after 10, 11 years of thunderstorms not hurting him, he'd be like,
Oh,
maybe,
that's another one.
maybe I'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's in their DNA.
Yeah, I guess, like, Emily could give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
dogs are different.
Cracking.
Yeah.
They
And he
just
didn't
a
either.
human.
In the beginning, this occurred over years.
Oh, he grew into it?
Yeah.
That's even
Fireworks,
weirder, isn't it?
thunder, none of that bothered him.
I've seen that happen before with some of my friends' dogs and my sister's.
I wonder
Well, just
why.
imagine if you were a dog living with Neebs for years and years. After
there's
years
that.
and years,
Yeah.
you're going to be mentally unstable. You're going to be.
And
Come on.
he uses the thunder to, like, get out all that anxiety and bullshit.
It's a
and
good
pretends
release.
it's the thunder, but really it's just being next to Neebs.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, poor puppy.
The weird thing, like my little one, Indy, and she's still super small. She's the opposite. Like, she wants to fight anything that she doesn't know, like that she doesn't understand or whatever it is. Like, she'll hear thunder and she'll be like, "Arr, I'll fight you."
Yeah.
She's
Or-
some math.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly.
What does she think of magnets?
She sees us. She looks at a cell phone. She's like, "What? I'll fight you." It's like crazy. But I mean, yeah, we were watching. I mean, this was about a month ago. We were watching that Tiger King episode, or the series,
Ugh.
and she saw those tigers, and she was like, "You are in my house." She was like going nuts.
Did you hear that Nick Cage?
Yes.
My neighbor told me that last night. They're doing a Tiger King movie, and Nick Cage, is he going to be Joe Exotic?
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
listen.
Oh, my
This is.
God.
I mean, none of this. This is all confirmed on X.com.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah, we
like
don't know.
typecasting.
This might
Little
not be
bit.
true at all, but it's a fun thought.
It is fun.
I would, I haven't even watched Tiger King. I'd watch that movie.
I mean,
Before
I'd
I'd
watch
watch
the
that show.
movie if it was done in like a spoof, and if David
Yeah.
Spade played the guy.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
then
called
I'd
Joe
be
Dirt.
like, I'd be more interested in seeing how are they going to do this thing.
Well, let's keep David Spade out of it. Let's have him a guest star as Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. he made it
Actually,
right in.
another good choice to play that role of Joe Exotic might be Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah. He could use a good diverse role these days. I mean, he's good at what he does, but he hasn't done anything so diverse since, like, Sling Blade.
I'd like to
Yeah.
see
Like,
I
Denzel
feel-
Washington give a stab at it.
He'd kill it.
Denzel.
Oh,
yes.
oh, why can't a female play that part, you know?
Yeah.
They absolutely can. Mm-hmm. Let's give it to
Jane
what's
Lynch.
Her name?
Is that the girl from James Bond?
From James Bond, Jane Lynch.
Who plays the
No,
lady?
there's a Lynch, an old lady Lynch. That
Marilyn.
plays
What's her
M.
face?
Who?
Are you thinking Meryl Streep?
Nope.
Judy
No.
Dench.
Judy Dench.
Dench.
Oh,
Just
not
because there's a
Lynch.
ch
No,
in it.
yeah, yeah, CH.
Yeah. Hey, I understood what he was talking
Yeah.
about.
No, Jane Lynch is the tall, short-haired lady. I believe she was in the 40-Year-Old Virgin. I believe she had a pretty good line that said, "I will haunt your dreams." She was like hitting on Steve Carell.
I got to look her up, see what she looks like, because I have no idea who you're talking about.
You would know, like she's in all those, all the comedies. Actually, I just saw her in the Space Force trailer with Steve Carell. That just
yeah,
came out.
she is great. She is great.
Yeah.
Now I know who she
Was
is.
She's
she
funny.
the love
She's-
interest in 40-Year Virgin?
No,
Oh,
that's
wait,
Elizabeth
she's-
Banks.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it's this lady.
Yeah, she's in Ms. Maisel. She's the other lady, the other comedian.
There you go.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
great, man.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
She always plays like the tough lesbian.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of the all those mockumentaries.
So she'd be
Best in Show and
perfect as
stuff.
Tiger King.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Agreed.
You said a lady playing it, and then her as Tiger
He just
as
confirmed it. He
Joe Exotic.
confirmed it. Abso
Damn
confirmed.
right.
Abso, great cartoon yesterday, bud.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's give
saw that
Astro some
too.
love on his
That's-
cartoons.
Oh, come on, guys. No.
I have a question though. This is like an interview now. I
Yeah.
have a question.
All right.
At some point when you're conceptualizing and maybe even doing some voice run throughs and stuff, and you've got this little boy listening, you're like, I bet you're just like shake. You can't help it. You're like, I need him to just spray shit out of his ass at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Like we are dying for some shit out of the ass
Yep.
right
I
about now.
wanted him to just stand up, pull his pants down, and just blow a spray.
Sure.
Yeah.
You just couldn't resist that.
I
right?
couldn't. No. Yeah. I had to
Okay.
do it.
Ah.
Yeah.
It needed to happen.
Typical.
I actually called it. I was like, this little kid's going to spray shit out of his ass in 3, 2,
Betting on
1.
Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
you made it.
Now, who played the voice of the girl?
That was my daughter, Emma.
That's
Really?
She's all
unbelievable. Did you
grown up.
tweak that?
So what?
Did you tweak the sound a little bit?
Tweak it? No. That's what she sounds like now.
Unbelievable.
That sounded great.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Fantastic
She sounded
job.
awesome.
Ah, yeah.
Great
I'll tell
job.
you guys said so.
You're going to be
Yeah.
a Hollywood parent, aren't you?
Where did
Yeah.
her country accent go?
It's still there a little bit, but not as much as it used to be.
Yeah, she used to be the twangiest little
Yeah.
It was like a little lady Neebs.
Well, because listen to mom. You know what I mean? She's a little
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah,
your mom-
My
your
lady's
mom's
very,
very-
very twangy.
Or not your
Yeah,
mom, but
it's
her mom is
adorable.
very, very country.
Yeah.
I've gone country.
Your wife has 0 one-syllable words.
No, yeah.
What does that mean?
Ain't, well, no, ain't. She says ain't.
Ain't.
That's the
You can
one.
take any
Oh,
one-syllable
I
word
see
and
what you're
add 2
saying.
syllables to it.
Ain't.
Yeah.
Ain't. Right.
Yep.
I
I
get
need
it.
to go
Gotta
to
bend it
Walmart.
all.
If your name's Fred, it's Freyed.
Freyed. Yep, yeah. Yeah, that's her. She's a country girl.
Speaking of kids, I just saw an article right before we jumped on here about it like was posted maybe, I don't know, half hour ago, but a 5-year-old kid. We've heard these stories before, but a 5-year-old
I know
kid took his parents like SUV. Apparently in Utah, he was being watched by his sibling and had an argument with the parents because he wanted a new Lamborghini. You know,
as you do.
$180,000. Parents weren't having it, and there was an argument apparently. Well, the kid, when the parents were gone, decided to take the SUV, and he's driving to California to
Yep.
buy him a Lamborghini. He got about 5 minutes. He was on the
yeah,
freeway.
He had
$3
$3 in his pocket.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. How could he even physically drive?
He was like at the very edge of the seat apparently, and he was weaving around traffic going about 30 miles per hour. Cop pulls him over. You know, that's got to
Fucking
be such a
5 years
shocker.
old?
Yeah, 5.
Jesus.
He was doing pretty good. Like that's really
That's
impressive.
amazing.
Now that kid's
And,
going to be president one day. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. And he pulled over.
He's got
He
ambition.
pulled over for the cop.
This a real story?
Yes.
He could reach the
Yeah.
pedals and steer.
Yeah.
I mean, there
he
are
made it
some
about
tall
5 minutes. Made it to the
5-year-olds.
freeway. Right.
Okay.
Yep.
He's obviously abnormal because the motherfucker actually knew what to do.
Well, video games, man. Video games.
Yeah. I play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I know how to get on the freeway.
I just thought it's entertaining.
I was just looking to see on eBay what the cheapest Lamborghini was.
Is
You
it
could
about
get him
180?
for like 15 grand, right?
15?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
a coupon.
Every time I see these people online that like, you know, these people that like make money and then they like buy a sports car and it's a part of their YouTube channel,
Yeah.
they like ride around it. I'm like, that looks so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
a
don't
lot of
like-
them really do,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah, that's super low to the ground,
crammed.
and yeah.
Yeah. It looks like it's a lot of effort to crawl in and out of it.
Yeah.
That would get old really quick, I'd imagine.
I think that's happened. Yeah, we've talked about this on comedians in cars. Like he'll pick up somebody in one of those really fancy sports cars, and the first thing's like, "Oh fuck, getting in and out of this thing's a pain in the
Yeah.
ass." It's like imagine doing that every day just so you could ride around in a Lamborghini. Like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Nah, I'm good. Elon is selling his luxury homes apparently.
Homes.
Like
Yep.
a line
Even
of
one,
homes.
one was Gene Wilder's home. It's about $9 million. So
Oh,
They're in the
chump
market.
change.
now that he's had a new baby, I didn't know he had 5 previous kids.
I didn't either.
I thought this was like his first one, but no.
He calls them
far from.
prototypes.
Yeah, well, they all are installed
The
with
K1, the
autonomous driving.
K2.
Yeah. Let him spread his seed.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
for it.
that's a good seed to spread.
The thing is, though, that might be an issue because Elon, although he comes across as this, I mean, good-natured, helpful person, might be evil and he's going to destroy the world.
Okay.
So We might not want him to procreate.
Yeah,
How many
who
How many
knows?
sons does he have?
Well, I don't know how many boys.
Well, usually you don't want to destroy the world if you have kids. So
Yeah,
No,
it's a good point, too.
sometimes you have kids so you can destroy the world.
Well, he's going to move to Mars before he destroys the world. That's
with his kids,
confirmed.
we're on to you, Elon.
Well, I brought all the news there. I'm done.
wow.
Done with the news. I didn't hear any of your news.
It's farm talk time.
Farm talk.
Yeah.
Farm
What'd you
talk.
do?
Welcome to Farm Talk. So we have been at my house. My woman has been, when we eat romaine lettuce, she chops off the little nub at the bottom, sticks it in a ramekin, which I learned that word from Dryas, and then the little lettuce nub starts to sprout roots, and then it goes in the dirt, and we've already got like a 4-inch long head of lettuce growing again.
I didn't know that worked that way. Not with lettuce.
I thought
I
that was
wasn't aware.
manufactured in a plant.
Yeah,
In
who
Wuhan.
made I thought China made lettuce. Did not.
They
This
used
is
to.
weird.
Now we make it at my house.
Lettuce virus. Neebs is crafting at his house.
So that's your homework, everybody.
What?
That's
What?
your homework. Everybody take your romaine lettuce when you're done
Yeah.
eating it, chop the bottom off, stick it in water, and then once it grows some little roots, stick it in a little pot of dirt.
I'm a big advocate. That's my favorite lettuce, hands down.
Romaine, oh yeah.
Oh God, I love some romaine. It's just the right shape.
There's some
Making
good
a,
shit.
A taco out of it. It's so diverse. Come on.
You know what? Yeah,
wear it.
you're right. Like a tuna salad on one of those frickin'
Yeah.
romaine, pretty damn good.
And
Yeah.
you feel
Some
good about
celery
yourself.
in there, some onions, some tomato.
Yep.
I'm glad we got to
Oh,
talk
Joe.
about lettuce today.
Yeah.
Peanut
This is riveting.
peanut butter and jelly wraps.
Trust me. Listen, you guys are the ones that fucking started talking about this
Yeah, it was
shit.
farm talk.
Welcome
Yeah, I
to
didn't know we were
Farm
getting
Talk.
into that.
Back on farm, I planted some tomatoes last night
There you go.
No.
in Scrap
Really?
Mechanic Survival.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. We turned it around.
Yep. How do you like
So
that?
let's
Finally.
talk about first impressions, maybe.
I'll give you them. Sure. So it puts you right into it. Comes out, well, I don't know. When does this podcast drop?
In 2 days. So first
So
impressions.
that's the day. That's the day it comes out. It's available
Okay.
today, right now, officially.
All right.
I probably got about 4 hours in, and last night I got it. It's grindy, of course. It's a survival game. You got to get your stuffs, and the first vehicle I finally built, I've got like these scrap wheels, and they're like, they're wonky. So like you're like everywhere you go, and you're
Nice.
got the engine cranked, and it's hardly controllable at all, which is kind of awesome, like how you can throw it together. But I unlocked something last night. It was like this. I don't want to give away too many things because we're going to give it a shot, I hope.
yeah, but shouldn't you, though? I mean, I
Well,
think you should.
Sure. I mean, it's out there. Like people have some videos out of this stuff
Yeah.
already. But there's this craft bot I unlocked, and then inside the craft bot, like all this whole new, all these things I haven't seen in the regular Scrap Mechanic. That we've been, new stuff, and I'm like, damn. And then you can see that you can eventually unlock just several more full screens of items. And it finally got to the point last night where I was like, okay, I'm intrigued now. It took
Good.
a few hours to get there, but it's a survival game. That's
oh yeah. No,
pretty
you
common
have,
thing
yeah,
to do.
You have to,
Yeah.
pull weeds and make a bedroll.
It is definitely an interesting, seemingly gigantic world. I'm really curious where it goes now, but officially as of last night, I'm like, okay.
Okay. I'm curious to try it with all of us, like to see how it handles
Yeah.
it.
It's something. The creatures, the bad guys, those robot things, man, the sound design on them the sound design in general for a lot of the things you hear is it's pretty brilliant. It's different. They must be thinking when they're thinking of like what's this threat, this like main threat in this game? Like you want that sound or whatever to be impactful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
They went. It's just something I've never heard before, so I feel like they succeeded there.
Okay.
It's creepy and weird. It's pretty cool.
I'm excited to try it.
I'm
Yeah.
curious how it plays out for sure, especially when you start seeing some of the stuff in the trailers where it does essentially look like 7 Days Horde Nights. When you're at that
like,
point. I'm
all,
really
all the
curious.
robots coming at you.
Do you
Yeah.
start with a weapon? You gotta,
No.
you gotta build a
Your
weapon.
hammer. The
Just
hammer.
the hammer.
That's yeah. I don't have a weapon yet. I did get like a box of potatoes, so I've got some ammo.
Oh,
waiting.
wow. Oh, yeah.
And you can
So
make
you could
water
grow your
cannons.
ammo. You grow your ammo.
Yeah, you can grow your ammo.
That's
And I
pretty
did
brilliant.
have some. There's these other robots that have these long antennae on their whatever, on their head, and a blue light at the top of it, so you can see them for a ways. But they come and they'll attack your crops at night, and they take them down pretty quick. So
So you got to be
pretty clear.
So you basically have to be
need
a scarecrow every evening.
Kinda, yeah. Unless you
Or,
start
but you could
being
build
able
like
to make walls
protection.
and, yeah,
Yeah, you could.
eventually.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, okay.
So
Neebs is already like public enemy number 1.
Yeah.
You come after my friends. You can come after anything else, but don't you come after my crops,
Touch
Yeah.
my
especially
potatoes.
Having a
my romaine.
day-night cycle in scrap. It's
Yeah, that's
so
interesting.
Far, so good. And at night, there's many more of those robot things out wandering. Of course,
Like it really seems like it's a game that's got so much potential.
well, you need to like scrap because, like what I said when I unlocked that or I made that craft bot or whatever. Now it's like now it's so much scrap as well. So I feel like you really do need to enjoy scrap at the core.
All right, I'll let you guys build. I'll fight the robots.
Okay,
Right, like
perfect.
yeah, maybe
I'll
we
fight
could
with
have
you.
a couple of fighters and a couple of builders, and we
Yeah.
could swap in and out because really, not everyone needs to build, but we could all be helpful when it comes down to defending.
And you can make bots that do scavenge for you. and
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
Probably the fewer vehicles we have in that game, the better. Because if we start, like Neebs has brought this up in the past, just because we've had a bunch of vehicles in the past on the same server, and it lags really, really quickly.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. I really don't. And it takes a lot of resources to like even make one decent wheel in the
Okay.
beginning. So having more than one or two vehicles in the beginning is not
Couple
gonna be
unicycles
realistic anyway.
to get around.
Unicycles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a
It's
vehicle
neat.
with like 3 or 4 seats on it. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, a couple of us can go out at once.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
cool. How is the
But,
character customization?
It's so much. Well, obviously, you had one of two choices previously, but it's good. And I just got like a I forget what it was called, but it was like some wardrobe thing. This box, so I guess that opens up even more as you're playing.
Oh, cool. So you can
if
find
want.
wardrobe as you
Yep.
as you play.
Yep.
Okay.
So when
off-
you
off the
start,
bat, it's
When you
can
start, you
choose
just get the
from-
2 choices, and then you customize after that.
No, well, male, female, and then there's probably maybe 9 different faces for each you can choose from, and hair, style, facial hair, the clothing. Very limited at first, but it's definitely got some options.
Okay.
So it's like different already like that. You know?
Yeah.
They've been waiting for this, I guess.
Yeah.
it
No,
would
that sounds
seem.
great. Sounds like they've done a good job.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the water's
they
neat.
didn't they initially. I think wasn't the first trailer for this game like 2014 or something.
For survival, no.
No, not survival, for scrap
The game?
mechanic.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I don't
scrap
know.
mechanic has been around for that long, so it says a lot.
Yeah, I
think
forgot
it's
when it
been
came
around
out.
for- Yeah.
If they all like, I'm curious if like the entire time they were kind of like, mindset or set toward the survival thing, but they had to if that was their idea for the game, this engineering game, to like be able to make all this stuff to get you through the survival, then they had to have that in place first,
Yeah.
obviously. So
Right.
once they were comfortable with that, then they went into that. I mean, that's just a theory. I could easily ask them.
Yeah.
but
Should
it
get them on
seems
the
like
horn.
that was the path that they took.
They would be a great interview, wouldn't they?
Yes, they,
would be. Yeah.
Maybe you could. This is
I'll
this
send,
is us
I'll send an
reaching
email
out.
after this. Absolutely.
All right,
Yeah,
do
that'd
that.
be fun. Okay.
That's yeah, we absolutely should. Why not?
Yeah, they've done some pretty cool things with that game for sure. We've had fun with it. We made a few videos.
Oh,
They
yeah.
still do good. Like, it's so crazy how those numbers keep going up, like, over a lot of our other series, you know?
The fact that you
Comparatively,
can,
it's kind of interesting.
the fact that you can have that much fun with that game before it's even ready,
Right.
just being creative, is
Yep.
pretty impressive.
And we were playing it at a pretty interesting time because the options were pretty limited when we jumped in at first.
You couldn't even
And then
paint.
we got to watch it grow. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the painting thing was like a huge deal for us. Remember that? I remember the beginning of that episode. We're like, oh, spraying shit.
You can color things. Oh my God.
Yeah, so, you know. So good times. Hopefully we'll maybe jump in there a little bit on Thursday if we can.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
today, rather, folks.
So I saw some comments on the last podcast. You know how you can say a word your whole life and then you realize it's wrong
Yeah.
Yep.
when you've been an adult for a really long time?
Yep.
Absro runs into that a
Oh
lot.
my gosh. I
Yeah.
think I know exactly what this is.
Can't wait.
It's a
Yeah,
country, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or it's
Uh-oh.
a people.
Or it's a
people in
people from a
country.
country, yeah.
Let me have it.
So my whole life I've been saying Vietnamese people.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard you say it and just be like, well, he just messed that up.
And then when I go, I'm reading the comments and I'm like, well, what is it? And then I'm like, well, the country's Vietnam. Oh, okay. It's probably Vietnamese.
Right. Not Vietnamese.
Vietnamese?
Vietnamese.
Oh, you've been saying Vietnamese? That's like. Do you still call spaghetti pescetti? What are you doing?
Listen, it's one of those things
you
where
put-
you're a kid, you're learning a language, and you hear someone in your
Yeah.
family say
Yeah.
it. It's
You
not
probably
a
put
household
mayonnaise
word
on
for
your
us, really.
Sandwich.
Yeah,
It just sticks.
Vietnamese.
I came to the realization. I heard it. I heard you say it once, and I said, "Oh, he just said that the wrong way."
Yeah.
And then you did it 2 more times,
He's
and I
doubling
just had
down.
a good old laugh.
Yeah.
That's really okay.
I love it,
Yeah.
though. But then I thought about, like, Abstro saying peninsula
Oh, yeah.
way
I would
into
test
his
that out.
adulthood.
Oh yeah.
Peninsula.
That's more acceptable than Vietnamese.
Peninsula, chassis.
Yeah, chassis.
hear-
I had never used the word chassis before. So when I
You've
read
never
it,
been a
it just-
mechanic, have
because
you?
it's spelt like chassis.
Yeah, sure.
So I
It
was
is.
like, oh, I need a chassis? Like, I didn't know.
Right.
I'm not a fucking
So
car
thank
mechanic.
you in the comments out there for being the police, because yeah, a lot of us say things wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of us. All of us. You guys are slacking. I've been providing the majority of the content.
We could go back to farm talk.
Farm talk.
Do you know when a potato starts to sprout those little roots, what those are called?
Eyes.
No.
Chits.
Tits.
Chits. I think it's CHIT. Man,
are
I've been
potato
loving some
tits?
farm videos lately.
Show me your titties, potato.
You said chits, right?
Yeah,
Chits.
well, it made me laugh because I was watching this guy, him and his wife, they're pretty funny. They grow potatoes in their backyard. And if you ever watch Ms. Maisel, Marvelous Ms. Maisel,
Yeah.
I've seen an app.
every time she goes on stage, you know, her manager's like, tits up, you know, like that.
Yeah.
And this guy's planting these potatoes like, you want to plant them, chits up. And it made me laugh because I'm thinking about Mrs. Maisel.
All right.
Have you ever used the word chit in any other form of your life?
I don't think so.
I did in boot camp. In boot camp, like you were given like this, I forget what they were, like these little, an old school ticket, you know, from a roll, you know, a little admit
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
ticket,
yeah. I know
like
what you're
kind of
talking
like that. You're given those as like this kind of monetary, and they call them chits. You got to spend your chits on stuff.
What could you get with it?
Well, like I remember it was, shit. God, this is like such a different lifetime. Let's just
Like
stick with
Laffy
they were
Taffy,
called-
like stuffed
Yeah,
animals,
yeah, go to the movies.
erasers.
A top you could spin.
Really big pencil.
Some ammo rounds.
Yeah, you could customize your camis.
If you had enough, you can get a remote controlled boat. Like that was
Or a bow
that was
tie.
the top prize.
Bow tie in formation.
A fake mustache.
Yeah, big. Yeah, yep. One of those beer helmets.
Just everything from the prank store.
Yeah.
The gum.
Well, Marine Corps and Spencer brought to Toys for Tots this year.
That makes me think of your magic tricks, Dora. You should somehow incorporate a magic trick into a video that we can see.
That would be so much a letdown.
Oh
Wouldn't
God,
that be the worst?
that'd
God,
be the worst. I'd
bad.
love to. I'd love to see how bad though.
Nah, but we got our buddy Siler. I'm pimping him right now. Siler Bogdan.
Yes, hell yeah.
SYLARBOGDN. Good friend, community member, and a great magician. I witnessed it personally in London once, but he's yeah, apparently he does these like online shows now and stuff, but gotta pimp him out. He's a great dude.
It's cool.
Yeah, and he's also a thief. You need to be very careful around magicians.
Oh, he can steal your wallet through the
in
phone.
a heartbeat. Right. So you
Through
can never
Zoom.
trust them. Kind of like the gypsies.
Well,
Oh,
you
no.
used to be a gypsy.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Apparently,
gonna
you're
hit us
not allowed
hard.
to say the G word too. I think
That's
that's a new
interesting.
thing,
I guess
right?
that's derogatory, is
Is
it?
that a thing now?
Apparently,
Tom
I'd like to
Segura.
go against that because when
Yeah.
I say gypsy, I'm thinking of the gypsy in the cartoons that has a nice little thing on their head.
I
and
think
they
Brad
just-
Pitt
they live
and
in a
Snatch.
wagon. No big deal.
Brad Pitt and Snatch, like that whole. Those are gypsies.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
Now, in the last podcast, was it the last one that we mentioned the steak?
Yeah.
How I feel like and Neebs, we're confirming that I'm going to be doing a steak video.
There you go.
How to cook steak.
God,
That's great.
man, are you on a grill?
No, it's going to be in a cast iron
Oven.
skillet.
Okay, no, that's fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way we can do a little braising with the butter. And
We'll
yeah,
have a steak off with you. Steak out.
Our whole channel just 1 week is going to be steak videos.
Steak week.
I think everyone should make their own steak video. Every single one of us.
Yeah, and Neebs just submits cabbage droppings.
Listen, man, when it comes to cabbage, I'm not a big cabbage fan, but we've been sautéing it in a pan lately with like butter and oil and
So you mean cabbage or lettuce? I mean,
Cabbage.
or I mean, okay.
like chopped up cabbage, just thrown in
Yeah.
a pan with
Yep.
oil and butter and
I love it.
white wine, delicious.
I love it. I love cooked cabbage. I really do.
How can you make something that's not good that good?
Saute it with things.
I've had a citrus slaw with it was made with cabbage, obviously, but it had like a citrus base and it was fantastic. And I can't believe we're talking about this. God, we're
Yeah,
a fucking
lettuce,
gaming
cabbage,
channel.
what a podcast.
We're losing everyone right now.
Wait till I start growing cabbage.
I was very surprised to see you join in on that bullshit, Thick. Honest to
Because
fucking
did.
God,
You know,
I
it's
swear
like,
to you.
How is that different
it's
than
like-
steak?
It's like Stockholm syndrome.
Steak
a
has been
difference.
killed, and that is manly.
That is a man's food.
Podcast worthy.
You could say that plant's been murdered. If,
You can.
if you're in a murder.
I'm gonna go refresh my coffee, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Dralis looks like he lives in a Bavarian home. You know, the ones that have the wood beams all over the place? It's like white stucco
Oh,
looking
yeah.
with... What does he put all over his room?
It's sound
That's
panels.
soundproof. Yeah.
Laid out in a Bavarian
Yes.
timber
Yeah,
kind of manner.
Acoustic
Yes.
treatment.
That train of thought led me to, well, it kind of looks like a decorated cake. And then that moved to, what is it, Nailed It? Have we talked about Nailed It before?
No, what's nailed it?
Nobody here's watched Nailed It?
I have not. I've heard of it, but I have not watched it.
I haven't.
It is a funny cooking show that I guess got picked up by
I did.
Netflix for a second season.
It's pretty funny.
Cooking
The reveals
show.
are funny.
Yeah, the reveals are funny. The actress at the front of it, the host of it's freaking really funny.
SNL
Everyone
did a couple spoofs of it,
Yeah.
that show, I'm pretty sure. Like where one of them was like the cake is like a demon that they
Yeah.
it's such an abomination that it's like from hell.
Right.
It's like spitting up shit. And
If I were to ever be a part of producing a cooking show, they do it right and they have fun. And
Yeah.
she's a comedian, and sometimes she'll have comedians on with her, and then she has this like French actual baking expert. But it's basically just making fun of like people's really shitty cooking and artistic skills because they try
I
to
think
make
it's great.
everything also artistic.
Okay.
And to like just imagine me trying to make a really decorative, artistic,
with what's
like
that
Iron
thing,
Man cake.
What's
we
the
can
thing
go
you
with.
add to cakes? There's that like fancy-ish word
Fondant?
of all the what?
Fondant?
Fondant. Yeah, there
Oh,
was.
yeah.
That's not
Gross.
super fancy, but yeah, there's a lot of fondant involved for
Ugh.
sure.
A lot of bullshit art.
Like cakes were great with icing. I don't know why they like everyone all of a sudden discovered fondant. It's like, oh, we got to use fondant on cakes now. No, you've gone backwards. Icing was perfect.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
no,
icing
fondant's
just for the
only good for
decorative thing.
prettiness.
Yeah, fuck
Yep.
prettiness. I want it to be tasty.
I would
Exactly.
I would take a good pie over a cake.
Pie man.
Fondant sucks,
Yeah,
fondant
fondant
does,
sucks.
yeah.
Icing,
but
was
I
better.
like cake better than pie.
Unless it's cheesecake. Cheesecake's probably my favorite. But cheesecake is more like a pie to me. it
I like them
seems.
all.
Well,
They're
this
all
is almost
delicious.
like the slaw. It's almost like the slaw. Now that we're talking about pie.
Yeah, is this more acceptable to you?
Fuck, God,
same
why
thing,
are we
Thick.
doing this? I
You fell into the trap.
think I just blew up my mic there.
It's the quarantine.
We always come
when
back to
are we
food.
getting back to normal?
We're not for a while.
We could have how about this show, Simon? Cake my wife, please. You wanna do that?
Yes. Yep. Where you swap wives and make love to them on cake.
Yeah, and then you
Cake her and what?
clean up. I don't know. We'll work on it.
I know what to cake her in.
You bake your wife in a cake? I don't know.
It's a dumb show idea, Dallas.
Yeah, I had a better show idea before we started recording. We'll just stick with that one.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
It's a show called Potato Buckets.
Potato chits.
Potato tits.
If Thick is doing a steak video, I want to see a fucking bucket potato video from you.
We're
Yeah.
going backwards.
I don't know if it's too late in the year. I'm just now learning about potatoes.
Potatoes
Well,
are all
how about
year long.
anything?
We're
with
big
your
into
growing?
onions and
How about
lettuce
I
right
want to
now.
see exactly how to do that romaine replanting.
Yeah, we could do that.
You can make a
Yes.
TikTok video out of that. One of those quick little.
Yeah, that seems like the right place
Yep.
for all this cooking stuff.
Yeah, Instagram and TikTok. They're made for cooking and sharing food.
Yeah. A cooking show that, like, what were the 7-second ones? What were Vines or?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they all
yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like having a Vine cooking show where you get little 7
Hey, listen, my
second
daughter would
snips.
watch this. Like people make cupcakes, and it's just like quick videos, and they'll just make a nice cupcake, but they'll speed up the footage. And
But not,
some of these people are very talented at making cupcakes, but all it was music and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and there's a
Yeah.
cupcake, and then next one, it's another cupcake, and they're done
well,
well.
your daughter, she watched our opening egg stuff.
Oh, of course,
too,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
She's not the brightest.
She's,
you know?
No, she's an idiot when
No.
it comes to watching YouTube content.
The great thing about watching farming videos on YouTube is a lot of these people have no technical abilities whatsoever. They don't know how to edit something out. They don't know if the camera's rolling yet.
That
well,
is fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
that-
you got both ends. You got people that are obviously up to date on their tech, but then you got people who just figured out how to turn the camera on.
Yeah, the people that are up to date, they probably got drones flying above them and getting all these sweeping
Aerial
and all the.
farm footage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, some people will do like an intro that they've had their friend do on an old Commodore 64.
They're holding their phone while they're cooking. Like one hand is taken
Yeah.
by the phone.
They're really
Then
funny.
you have the pudding. Oh, God, drop the phone in the pudding.
Oh, in the pudding.
One guy, and he did a really good job of this, but like instead of having graphics, he had drawn out like this big thing on paper with other pieces of paper covering the different stages of a plant.
Yeah.
And it was pretty impressive, but like, it's easy to do that stuff graphically now. But
Dude.
he had drawn this big thing, and then he would pull a piece of paper off, and it would reveal the next stage of the plant.
That really reminds me of something, an art form that is, I don't know why anyone would want to do it, but it's a friend of mine showed me this video, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of remember seeing that. They used to do it on Pee-wee's Playhouse and stuff, but it's essentially like all clay, and it's layers made in this clay that they peel back. Do you have any idea what I'm
I
talking
know
about?
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to see what this looks like. It is mind blowing, like the forethought of this. It's like animation with clay, but it's already all built.
Yeah, where you have this piece of clay and you just start slicing off piece after piece, slice a piece, take a picture, slice a piece, take a picture.
Yep.
And an animation will play because this guy set up like in layers where I want a character to be in all these layers of clay.
It's pretty much one guy who
Super impressive.
Like did it. I forget his
Yeah.
name, but I mean, if you look up, like, I don't even know what to call it. There's a certain
Well,
name
tell
for
me
it, too.
exactly, because I have no fucking clue what you're talking about, and I'm gonna have to try
my
to find it.
It's really something. Like, what an interesting idea in the first place, but then to pull it off like he did. But if once you see some footage of it, like, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I kind of remember seeing that, but you had no idea how it was done.
I didn't
okay.
know how
Once
it
you
was
see
done.
how
I
it
know.
was-
I kind of know what you're talking about, but I had no
Once
idea.
you see how it's done, it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah,
That
you really
is-
got to think of, you like you said, a lot of forethought.
Oh my God. Yeah,
like-
it's pretty mind blowing. Anyway,
That
you're,
makes
you're
that-
talking about the layers thing, reminded me of that.
Yeah, that reminds me of those pancakes people make where they have the different colored batter, and they'll do the one color and then cover it with another color, and at the end they flip the pancake over,
Okay.
and you've got like,
It's
a
like art.
Mickey Mouse or something.
yeah, it's pancake.
Oh,
art.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, the claymation made me think of, I watched, it's a series on Disney Plus. It's only one season, and only watched one episode. I think it's called The Collector or something, but it was a Honey I Shrunk the Kids episode. And it's this guy that's like, oh, I love these old movies, and I'm going to try to dig up artifacts from these old movies. So he goes to like studios and he's like, what do you have left from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? And in this one, he found like the original Shrink Ray. He ended up finding like the scorpion in that movie and the ant, like the
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
when I thought claymation made me think of that because they had, and that wasn't really clay, but it was like this animatronic or this I guess puppet. They had to move frame by
Animatronic?
frame. You know, move it a frame, take a picture. Move it a frame, take a picture.
Oh,
But
wow.
the show was really interesting. He ended up like getting the entire cast of Honey I Shrunk the Kids and Rick Moranis back, and like showed him all
Wow.
these artifacts. Like showed him the skull of the giant ant they used to ride on.
It's a brilliant show.
Yeah, it was just it's a fun idea for a show. There's only one more
Yeah.
episode I'm interested in. There's a Roger Rabbit episode. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
watch
wow.
that one.
And apparently Rick Moranis is coming back. I don't know if we talked about
That's what I
that.
heard.
Yeah,
what I
for
heard.
another
Yeah,
Honey I
like-
Shrunk the
Yeah.
Kids.
Oh, I thought he was playing Tiger King.
He'd be perfect for Tiger King.
I would love to see that. Yeah, he's been doing country music.
Yeah,
Rick Moranis has.
Really?
for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Canada and just like, oh, I'm gonna do some country songs now.
Well, he kind of just wanted to be family man too, right? You
Yeah.
know, he just didn't want to be part of that Hollywood life, and I
Yeah.
respect the hell out of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
hell
made a
yeah.
shit ton of money off those Shrunk the Kid movies, and was just like, all
Yeah.
right, I'm out.
good.
I can take my millions and just go to Canada and do whatever the fuck I want.
Sure.
Like,
All
nothing-
of his songs have a reference to Zool from Ghostbusters in them. That'd be
Can't
great.
get out of his head. Yeah.
But yeah, seeing him in the show was weird because I hadn't seen his face in 30 years. It's like, oh wow, okay, he's old now.
How'd he age?
I mean, he looks great. He's still
Yeah.
he's still thin. You know, it's not like he blew up or anything.
Oh, he looks
Right.
like him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you look at Dan Aykroyd. You know, Dan Aykroyd put on a little weight.
Yeah.
He plumped up a little bit.
Yeah, a little plumpy.
Plumped
He's
up.
he's crazy, right?
Dan Aykroyd's fucking crazy as shit because the last
Yeah.
time, I think the last time I talked about
On Rogan.
this, on Rogan, where he's like, you're telling me all these times nobody's taken a goddamn picture? Like, you all have, like, how many times you going to see a UFO like it was right there? It was like right in front of me.
So
Where's your-
speaking of
where's
that,
your camera?
I
Now
know what
that
you're
there's-
about to bring up. Yeah,
of course, the Pentagon released footage. Have you guys talked? Because I missed the last podcast. I don't know if it
has
ever
everyone
came out.
seen that footage?
Nope.
I have not.
No.
Okay, yeah, watch it sometime. It's interesting. It's I guess it's taken from a jet, and they
Yeah,
spot
like-
this little
yep.
item, and it looks crazy. It's this thing floating in the sky. It's rotating, and the pilots are like, "What's that? I don't know. Look at that! Some bitch is rotating."
Yeah, they're exactly. They
Is it
can't
like
wrap
a-
their
What is that?
heads around it.
Is it a visible
Official.
thing, or is it like a blur or some dots on a thing?
I mean, you can barely even see. It's not
Right,
very
right.
visible at all.
I think the most impressive part is that it's official footage, like released from the Pentagon. Like,
The Pentagon probably
That's
knows
the-
exactly what it is, and they're just, throw it out there, and get us some
yeah,
press.
yeah.
Hey guys,
Get their
watch
mind
this.
off things.
Watch this. We're gonna tell them it's a UFO. They're just fucking with us. Like, I don't believe anything our government tells us. I don't like our government.
And this
I
is
mean,
how you
corruption
can.
abounds.
But hey,
Nick.
real
Corruption
quick.
abounds.
But real quick, I love our military, and thanks to our military, hey, it doesn't have to be Veterans Day or Memorial Day or any of those things to appreciate our veterans and our men and women in service.
Yeah.
Good cover up, Thick. It's good.
Oh no, it's not. Man, I think about that all the time.
I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
And our first responders and the people on the front lines helping us fight COVID.
it's hard to govern things, though. I mean, you look at us. We're just a group of buddies running a business,
Yeah, there's 5 of us.
and we butt heads all the time.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to run a country.
Especially in the age of the internet, with misinformation and
Oh,
all
God.
that has
Ugh.
everybody's minds going every direction and all the confusion and
It's-
it's like I could only imagine.
It's fun. It's
these
fun.
days.
It's honestly, I find it entertaining in an aspect because, like, whatever side, like the left or right, like whatever side loses, the side that loses goes fucking nuts.
yeah.
That's kind of how I feel. Yeah, it's like, all right, oh, they lost. Oh, they're gonna go nuts for 4 years. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they'll lose again, and then the other side will go nuts, and it's like I enjoy watching the nuttiness.
and the hypocrisy in
Yeah,
what they go
of
nuts
course.
about.
God,
just
the
back
hypocrisy
shit
is so
crazy.
thick.
Yeah,
It's like you said that. Do you remember what you said about that very same thing on the flip? Like, no, no, because that's all.
We didn't
gone
say
from-
that. And then there's a like blip of like, yeah. Hey, I'm
There's footage of you saying that.
And they'll
And
still
you
say
said
no,
it.
never
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah,
You just watched yourself say it. Never said it.
that wasn't me.
I'd said that. What are you talking about?
But they're going to start dropping the whole deep fake. Deep fake.
Oh, yeah.
deepfake.
Oh, I'm
It's
looking
a good
forward to
time to be a
those.
fucking crook right now.
Or Irish.
Or Irish. God, those fucking mix.
So recently, and I'm just going to say this, and I don't care if you're part of the community or if you're family, because recently I've had to block some family members on Facebook because they keep sending me all this conspiracy theory bullshit. And it's like, hey, I didn't tell them I blocked them. I just blocked
Yeah.
them. I didn't warn
Yeah.
them, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, if it wasn't for me having to run social media for Neebs Gaming, I'd be off Facebook right now, but I have to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fact checking is a thing. You can do it.
Nobody
But conspiracies
believes
won't.
in
No,
that.
I believe anything you tell me.
It's on the internet. It's real.
Everybody's an expert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone feels like they are.
I guess if you're at home and you're not going out to get that COVID, you might as well be an expert.
Yeah.
I saw this YouTube video about the government. Let me tell you. I know it all.
Turns out Bill Gates made COVID.
What? That son of a bitch.
He ain't done a good thing in his life for humanity.
No. Windows Vista? Yeah, I remember it.
He's probably
Hell,
Irish.
I don't need no computer.
Enter.
Yeah, there's certain people that you could be like, okay, I could see them being I have a really hard time seeing him as an evil plotster.
Yeah, Gates.
We shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if we.
We don't have to go here. It's just my
Yeah, because it's
impression
just
of
about.
him.
Oh, now we're gonna hear about. Let me tell you this and this about. fucking
Okay,
Bill
yeah,
No,
Gates.
it's it's just I know, and anybody can have you're entitled to whatever your beliefs is.
Yeah.
But sometimes you see people and you've heard them many times through your life and interviews and stuff. You're like, my impression of him is like, oh, he seems like just a kind of like a warm guy, like
Warm
Now,
little
yeah.
nerd.
I mean, I'm sure he was
warm
a
little nerd.
ruthless businessman.
Yeah, there's that too.
But
you
now
know?
he's
You
got.
can
I
never
mean,
judge him.
now I kind of like. Yeah, he's got a shit ton of money, and he's just like,
Yeah.
okay. Now I just kind of I try to do the best I can, and help people.
It's what it feels like, but we've been surprised. Who knows? He might be the worst fucker in the world.
Could be. You never know. I don't know.
I'd fuck him.
I know you would.
We all would.
You've got a poster of him in your room, don't you?
Yes.
Wearing a tutu.
Soaping up the hood of a sports car.
I want to see that on a T-shirt.
Yeah. Can we
Oh,
get-
you
he won't sue
go
us for
ahead.
that. Yeah, we can make that T-shirt.
Simon, you brought up earlier before we started recording, and we might as well we just talk about it for a second. But that Last of Us thing you were talking about.
The
Naughty Dog
So-
leaks.
right.
Leaks?
So, well, this is from the little article that I read, which is all the research that I had done. Really, it implied that the whole story got leaked. Like it's the whole story. They watched. I guess they watched the devs play through a not finished version yet, but you saw the cutscenes, and people are like,
I've heard a
It's,
bunch of. I mean,
whatever.
I've heard a bunch of different things, and I don't even know what's true at this point. At first, they were saying it's a disgruntled employee that did it, and they're saying no, it's hackers that did it. And I think the last thing I heard was from Jason Schreier, who he used to be like the lead editor at like Kotaku, whatever it's called. But he's saying that they think it was hackers, but no one really. There's so much information
Nope,
out there
right.
about who fucking
Right.
did it. It's
But
like,
ultimately, the whole story came out, right?
Well-
the entire plot of The Last of Us 2 is apparently out there on the internet for people to read and spoil.
yeah, they think it was hackers more so, I guess, today. And apparently, how they got in was through servers of an old game.
Oh wow.
So they got in through that way, and then they were able to get in the back door and then hack into that game. So somehow, at least I read that.
Yeah. And I know Naughty
know-
Dog,
they-
like, some people were mad because Naughty Dog apparently has been flagging YouTube videos that spoil it,
Okay.
which...
Like that have that information?
Yeah,
Just people
I guess it-
regurgitating that?
Yeah. Which it's caused some people to be upset at that. It's like, okay, Naughty Dog, you can't do that because the information's already out there. You
Right,
can't just
right.
claim people's YouTube videos, even though they are
Yeah.
spoiling your game. It does
Right.
suck.
I
but
could see both
you don't-
sides.
I know, yeah, exactly. I kind of see both sides too, but it's one of those like it is kind of abuse of the copyright system on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I also see them like oh, we don't want our spoilers for our game that we're working really, really hard on to get out there. So yeah, I don't know.
Like the info's out. You're right. The info's out. It's not these creators' fault that it's out, and they're just sharing news that's out. So, do they suffer?
But what if it's a sex tape and you go, okay, the sex tape has been leaked, but then now I'm gonna report on that, and you got like another 1 million people who are gonna report on this sex tape, and now they're gonna show that sex tape. Now, in that case, is it different because it's a sex tape, or do you think that that's okay to do?
I'm saying sex tape is worse.
Okay, but isn't
But
it
then
kind of the same though?
No.
The developers that hold the company, like, they're looking at numbers, They're
All right.
looking at how it affects their sales, and I'm sure
Bad
legally
analogy, I
they
guess.
think it's not worse.
Yeah,
They're
I
thinking
don't
this
know.
is more damaging than a sex tape could be.
I mean, I would respect in some things with society. You think people would just want to do the right thing. If I knew some company made a game that worked hard on it, didn't want me sharing their spoiler, I think I would just do that without being told to do that.
Yeah, but how are you going to get those sweet
Yeah,
YouTube
not everybody
clicks?
has those
I know. I'm saying
morals.
it'd be nice if everybody was just good,
Yeah, be
you know,
nice.
and said, "Yeah, let's respect the privacy of this company and just not do
Like,
it."
yeah, people are trying, like, they're spoiling it in, like, YouTube comments, Twitter comments. I mean, people are assholes.
They're
Yeah,
assholes.
I mean, we could easily find it out, but
Not our
I would
community.
never. We
Not
would
our
never
community.
say it.
No.
That's why I'm on their side when they say, YouTube. But I get it. I get both sides, like you said.
So here's the spoilers. So don't listen any further. The main antagonist in this entire Last of Us universe, as far as I've read, is
Tiger
it's
King.
Elf. Elf is
Alpha is back.
again. He's back.
Hey, I'm about to kill
Marmac.
some zombies.
Melmac.
Mel.
So, who were
Well,
those
the
two villains you
neighboring
came up with before
planet
the
is Marmac.
podcast?
What?
Who were those two villains you came up with before the podcast?
Oh, something polyp.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait,
Commander
Lieutenant
Sist.
Polyps.
Lieutenant
Commander
Polyp?
Sist.
Private
Because we had
Polyp.
General Warts and Duralius. So,
Oh, yeah.
these
General
could be
Warts.
some.
Yeah, if we ever made more Duralius, we'd have to add on to that group.
Yeah.
General Warts,
Up at the wall. Yeah.
Commander Sist, Lieutenant Polyps.
Everybody drop trowel.
They're all from
Sir?
the same battalion.
Drop it, trout, sir.
Oh, great. I thought this Zoom was supposed to cut out at like 40 minutes. Didn't you say that, Simon?
I did, and guess what?
We're getting charged $10 a minute.
Maybe they're giving it away for free.
I got a notification that says you've been upgraded to unlimited minutes, or the host has been upgraded to unlimited minutes,
Oh.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, good. So I don't have to pay for it, and I get it for free. Yada yada. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, Zoom, everybody use it.
And now China has all our information.
Boom Zoom. Hey, they're our new sponsor. Boom Zoom.
Boom Zoom?
You boom
Bada
and then you
boom.
It's
zoom.
probably a different site, I'm guessing.
Yeah, boom Zoom.
Go ahead and look up boom Zoom right now. .com.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna do it on the work computer. Hold on.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Hey, ask Anthony to do it for us.
Doom boom.
Zoom, zoom, boom.
Zoom
No,
boom
boom, 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 zoom.
boomboomzoom.com.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah.
The old BBC.
Did he say doom, doom, boom?
He said like Zoom Boom. He just threw it in some random order. didn't he?
It's like it left his brain immediately.
Boom Zoom. Yes, it did leave my brain immediately.
Vic, did you, I know you probably didn't start
Oh,
messing
no.
with that Warzone stuff, but what?
Did you find it?
What? What you got?
Hashtag Momo?
No Momo.
No, hashtag no Momo.
What you got, Simon?
No mouse, no monitor? That's how you
No
play
mouse to
now.
monitor gameplay, yeah.
Hashtag no Momo. How good are you?
I just want to see that server.
Yeah.
The elite gamers jump into this no Momo server, and you don't even have a monitor when you're playing, so people are just
Or a
So that
mouse.
means no
blindly-
monitor, no mouse.
Yeah, just. But someone's still
No Momo.
filming in the server, so you just see these blindly.
See, that's a fun gaming
Running.
trend to start. We could do this.
walking around,
Hashtag no Momo.
really.
That's how I game. No mouse, no monitor.
We hold a con once a year. Get teams.
You got to
Who's gonna
reconfigure your
win?
buttons.
Yeah.
and-
It's just all
Oh no, you don't
keyboard.
reconfigure. The only thing you'd be able to do is throw a grenade in Melee. You couldn't shoot. You couldn't turn.
You can move. I mean, you can
You couldn't look
strafe,
up
I
and down.
guess.
You can move.
Yeah.
Yeah, WASD,
Jump.
but yeah,
That'd be
Good
the
job.
dumbest thing. I'd love to watch the highlight reel.
like a battle royale. No
No
Momo.
Momo. No mouse, no monitor.
We could
Yeah.
do that
Who
in a
wins?
game. We get a bunch of community members in, but we spectate,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Thick can shoutcast it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like when we were recording the other day, Simon Thick and I, and that came up at the end. Like I laughed so hard for the next 15 minutes picturing that stupid ass server, like that game.
running into each other.
Yeah, exactly. You're right next to him. Yeah, you don't know. But you could have your headphones on, so like
yeah.
the audio
you
cues
could hear them.
could make it a little bit different. Yeah. So you know
So
someone's
you could at
somewhere
least kind
by
of try
you.
to strafe your way towards them and melee them.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the best game
So-
for that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd have to be a battle royale.
A battle royale in a very small
Battle
setting.
Royale?
Or-
not like a
Or
close
like a
quarters?
normal
Or-
small Call of Duty map.
But
Like
it would have
those-
to be like permakill, like who? Yeah,
Yeah, it would have
Yeah,
to be the
you're dead
permakill.
once
Yeah,
you
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 might
might-
spawn.
but the last two people might be running into a wall, punching it, and that's it. They're stuck. Yeah,
Let's face it, we know the majority of, if not everyone's going to die because of the gas ring. They're going to be out
But you would actually have one winner though, the last person to die.
That's
right?
true. It's true. Yeah, at least you'd have a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the real goal then. The goal is to
Yeah,
not get gassed.
The problem is that yeah, there's not a game out there I think right now where you can spectate and make a custom match. You know.
But like a
Yeah.
Battlefield close quarters, you could do.
But you can respawn in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you shoutcast it, so the spectator's going to see
Yeah,
everything.
it would still be fun to watch. Yeah, you don't need a final, like someone might win with one kill.
and you'd
Maybe.
you'd want the players to be close enough where they would actually come
Yeah.
close to each other.
Have some interaction. Yeah, Warzone could go.
Oh, yeah, no,
the
it's way
entire
too big
match
of a map.
without anyone by each other at all.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. We should do
If
it.
you could
That
do
would-
Warzone, but just do like the end map, just the circle,
And
with
circle.
that amount of
yeah.
players, like that would work.
Yeah. Like it's too bad you can't just have your own private. Like, hey, we're gonna do our
Custom
own 20
servers and
people.
things like that. I miss that in games. Like, it's custom servers and set my own rules.
Yeah.
You can do custom matches in the regular multiplayer. So if there was, like a close quarters, you can do custom game matches there. But I don't know if you can spectate.
Well, we know we can in Battlefield, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be really, really dumb.
Yes,
be nice.
it would.
Be nice to do it in a relevant game, though. Sadly,
Like
Yeah, I
Minecraft.
hear you.
Yeah. Well, we're on about an hour right now. What
love
do
it.
you guys think?
I think I feel
Yeah.
good. Mm-hmm. Thanks for tuning in to Farm Talk. Everybody.
Wow.
yeah. And don't forget to resubscribe.
Yep.
Any closing farm talk?
Keep your chits up, and don't throw away your lettuce nubs.
And a traditional Vietnamese out.